my lovies and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is so fun because I'm going to be talking about my most underrated products. So these are the products that I think do not get enough hype online. I know I talked the other week about all the products that get a lot of hype and are they worth it, are they not. I talk about disappointing products all the time, but I haven't spoken about products that I think need more hype. Now obviously I don't watch every single YouTuber in the entire world, so I don't know if these products have been spoken about before, but from any of the YouTubers that I watch or just online in general or on Instagram or anything, these products are not been hyped up enough and there needs to be more recognition for them because they're amazing. I want to first off apologise if my videos are a little bit sporadic at the moment. I have an awful lot of stuff going on at home that I don't want to discuss, but it's just kind of affecting me, and it's just, you know, life, I suppose. Another reason is I am trying to film as much as I possibly can for drugstore week. It is coming up, like, I'm not sure if we're going to be starting on Monday, but it is going to be starting on a Monday. I'm trying to film 7 videos over 7 days, so it is taking a bit of time naturally, and I think I have about 4 of them done, ready to go. So if there is anything you want to see on drugstore week, please let me know in the comments down below because I won't be able to do it otherwise. It will have to wait for another time. Let's get stuck in to the products that I think do not get enough hype here on YouTube, and I'm going to start off with a moisturizer. And the only reason I'm starting off with this is because it's the only non kind of makeup product in this video, and this is my Bachelor anti-age day cream. I have spoke about this before, I know I have. I just don't see anybody else talk about this. This is an expensive product, has anti-aging properties in it. It's one of the most incredible moisturizers I've ever used in my life. It's really cool actually because because it's antioxidant, you know, the oxygen will react with it and affect the antioxidant properties. So it comes in this like tub that you squeeze and the product comes up through it so that it's not been exposed to any UV lights. So I think that's really cool. Bachelor Day Cream is made by Elizabeth Arden. It's from their anti-aging range. It is expensive. I think this moisturizer costs about €100, maybe 150. But I use it so sparingly and it lasts me roughly around a year, I'd say. I have this particular one about 6 months and we're nearly out of it, so it depends on the time of the year. In winter time I'm like hell for leather with this because my skin actually gets dry even though I have oily skin. Like, I think there's no time like the present to start any anti-aging products. I mean, I'm in my 20s now, I'm only getting older, and I just want to kind of prevent anything like that, like lines, wrinkles, and keep moisture in my skin and keep my skin looking plump and firm and youthful looking for as long as I can. And this is one of my favorite products. I don't know why people don't talk about it enough because it does all of those things to my skin. I feel like my skin is just amazing. It radiates when I use this, and I just feel like there's no moisturizer as good as this. I've tried them all, guys. I've tried nearly every moisturizer that's been recommended or raved about, and I always go back to this because it is just a high strength antioxidant. The creators of Botox and Elizabeth Arden actually come up with this product, and it contains like an antioxidant that is the highest strength, and it's called Edabenone, and it is patented, I believe, to Elizabeth Arden, so there is no other products on the market with Edabenone in it, which I think is kind of special. Probably why it's so expensive as well. And next up I want to talk about my LA Girl Pro Coverage. Wow, there's little hairs on it. I don't know where the lid has gone to. It's somewhere in this mass of mess that I'm sitting in front of. The LA Girl Pro Coverage foundation was talked about, I'd say about March when it first came out, but now that everything kind of died down about it, I don't hear anybody talking about it. I never see it mentioned in people's favorites. I don't see people using it in videos as their foundation. Well, any of the people that I watch, I don't see it on Instagram, and it is amazing. Definitely more designed for those of you with more drier skin. I have oily skin and I totally can get away with this, but I need to make sure I bring a blotting powder with me throughout the day or blotting sheets because my oils will start to come through naturally. Something about this foundation that looks really lovely on camera, it looks really lovely in person, it looks really lovely in any other light that I've used it in, and I've worn it on nights out and it looks amazing, and it doesn't give any flashbacks. As far as I know, there is no SPF in it or talc or whatever it's called in the flashback. There's none of that in this, so it looks beautiful on the skin. It's so lightweight but still full coverage at the same time, which is what I love from a foundation. It's super inexpensive as well, like it's under €10 I believe, or maybe just in around the €10 mark. I get so long out of it. I did a first impressions on it, which I will link down below if you guys want to see it and you can see my full thoughts on this foundation, but I don't think it's getting enough rave reviews here on YouTube. I think more people need to hop onto the bandwagon and start talking about this, and especially if you have dry skin, like I said, you're gonna love it, love it, love it, love it, because it just gives something radiant to the skin and stops your makeup looking flat. So highly recommend. The next product I want to talk about is a primer, and this is the One Heck of a Block primer. The only person I've ever seen ever talk about this is Casey Holmes, and she has oily skin and I have oily skin, so I was like, oh well, if Casey likes it and it's good for her oily skin, I'm gonna give it a shot and I'm gonna see what I think of it. It is amazing. Oh my god, it's kind of like hydrating but fills in your pores at the same time and makes your skin look matte. As I have oily skin, the word radiant and glowy make me kind of be like, yeah, I'm gonna have like a really moist face. So I tend to go for more mattifying things or pore minimizing things. This primer provides me with everything I need. It has this shine blocker and a pore shrinking technology, which I don't really believe in pore shrinking technology. You can't shrink your pores, guys, you can't. You can fill them in, but you can't shrink them. It's just a fact of life. But the fact that it has that shine blocker, it stops your makeup looking shiny throughout the day. I used a really nice primer today. I did that full face of MUA makeup. You will see that coming up shortly. It was a hydrating primer, but I can see I'm already oily from it. Whereas if I use this primer with the same foundation, this wouldn't be happening right now. This primer is just a godsend, and I highly recommend it to those of you who have oily skin. Even if you have dry skin, just try it out. More people need to start talking about it and using it and discovering the amazingness that is the One Heck of a Block. It's from Soap and Glory as well, if I didn't mention. I feel like an awful lot of these products are actually from the drugstore, which is kind of cool, but I feel like, does the drugstore get a bad rap? Are people just ignoring stuff from the drugstore? I don't know. It's my favorite place to buy makeup. The next product is actually from a brand that I feel is underrated as it is, and it's Model Zone. You don't hear much about Model Zone. It's a UK brand. It is a little bit on the pricier drugstore side, and it has been sold in Ulta now in the US. This highlighter is to die for. This is the Sculpt and Glow highlighter in Peach Pearl, and I love this. Oh my god, guys, look at this. Oh wait, you see. Look at that for a highlighter. It is amazing. It's gorgeous on the high points of your cheeks. It just makes you glow to the gods. The highlight that I'm wearing right now actually kind of reminds me a little bit of it, even though it has a little bit more of a gold. This has a slight more pink to it. It is beautiful. I swear, guys, if you try this, you will not be disappointed. It's somewhere in between the €9 to €11 mark. So not too expensive, and it looks gorgeous on your cheekbones. It's going to last for ages anyway, and I'm very selective about my highlighters these days because they're all starting to look a little bit the same, whereas this is something definitely different and unique, same as the one I'm wearing now, which is the MUA one. This is the Undress Your Skin Shimmering Highlight in Iridescent Gold. And this is actually kind of, I feel the same way about this highlight too. I never heard anything about it. I've never even heard of this highlighter before. And it's so pretty. So there's two highlighters for you guys to check out and try out. And you won't be disappointed. I really recommend both of them. And they're both underrated. The next product is definitely not underrated on this channel. You guys are probably sick to death seeing it on this channel. But if you are new here, then you may not have seen this product before, and I definitely don't see very many other people talking about it. I don't think I've actually seen one other YouTuber ever use this, and if there has been another YouTuber use this, I've totally missed them. And it is the Makeup Revolution 3.0 Contouring or Sculpting Kit. What is it actually called? Ultra Sculpt and Contour Kit, and this is in the shade Fair. At the moment, unfortunately, I can't wear the contour shade because it's nearly the same color as my skin tone, because like I said, a couple of weeks ago, the sun was out and I was getting all tanned. But if you have fair skin, you will love this. Just even if you have deep skin, just for the blush and the highlight, you won't be going wrong. They are both magnificent. That highlight is actually one of my all-time favorite highlights from an affordable brand, and the blush is so similar to NARS's Orgasm. Then you've got your little contouring product. You're good to go with these three products, and the palette costs €4. There you go, guys. So inexpensive, and not enough people talk about this. Again, another product that you guys are probably sick to death of hearing about on my channel because I rave about it constantly. Every time I use a different eyeliner, I'm like, it's not a patch on my Essence one. This is the Essence Liquid Link Liquid ink eyeliner. Wow, I can't talk today. What makes it so incredible is the fact it comes with a tiny little brush. It's a brush. It's not like a hard applicator or anything like that. It is a brush, and it just makes you do the most precise line. Like, look how precise you can get your eyeline. It is amazing. It reminds me a little bit of the NYC eyeline that everyone went crazy for. I think Crispy made it really, really popular. She did her eyeliner tutorial with it, but this is quite similar to it in the way that it has the brush, and it's really flexible, and it creates like the perfect flick on the eye. So easy to use. I didn't use it today, and my eyeliner looks like crap. So if you haven't tried this, I highly recommend picking it up, and it dries matte and everything like that. It's amazing. So my next most underrated product is definitely the Colour Tattoo, the creamy matte shade from Maybelline, and this is the Creme de Rose shade. So it's not really the Colour Tattoos as a whole, but just a specific shade. This is so similar to MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, and I use this exactly the same way. I placed it onto my lid as a primer, and then I will place my eyeshadows on top. This just makes my eyeshadows pop, last all day. It doesn't make them crease, it makes them vibrant, and I absolutely adore it. And not that very many people talk about this certain shade. So Creme de Rose is the shade name. I don't know if in the US it has a different name, but definitely in Ireland and in the UK it's called Creme de Rose. It's amazing. If you haven't used it, I highly recommend it. You guys won't be disappointed, and the fact that it's so similar to Painterly Paint Pot from MAC, I think that's like one of the best things about this product, and it's only like €8. I definitely have mentioned in other INGLOT videos that I think their eyeshadows are the most underrated eyeshadows on the market. They have hundreds of different shades. They have hundreds of different formulas. There is so much versatility with INGLOT shadows. They come as an eyeshadow pan like that, a square pan, and then you get what's known as either a flexi palette, or you can get their freedom system, which is what it's called. So basically it gives you the freedom to design your own palette, and this is the palette that I've kind of created. These are all my matte shades. These are a couple of shimmeries shades, and I have, I think, 5 or 6 of their 5-pan freedom palettes. You can create whatever you want with these. I just absolutely adore them. Their matte formula is one of the most superior formulas on the market for matte shadows. I adore INGLOT shadows, and they don't get enough hype here on YouTube, and I don't know why, because they're amazing, and you guys would not regret it if you picked them up, and they're so affordable too. I want to talk about this loose powder, guys, because I don't see anybody talking about this loose powder. So the powder is the NYC loose powder. This is their translucent loose powder, and I've had it for a while, and the reason why I purchased it is because I got the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and it's quite expensive. So I wanted something a little bit more affordable, a little bit comparable, and something that wasn't going to break the bank, because I feel so guilty when I use stuff that costs like 40 or 50 euro and I'm just like throwing it onto my face. I'm like, I don't want to use too much of it. So I wanted a cheaper alternative. Now this powder is amazing. I use it all over my face or even underneath my eyes. The only complaint I have on this powder is the packaging. So I'm just going to demonstrate for you guys. Look at that. So all of the powder kind of goes to the top. You can shake it back in, but it can be messy from time to time. So just just be aware of that when you are purchasing it, to constantly keep it upright or keep it kind of in a area stored where it's not going to be like tippling out all over the place, because it can get a little bit messy. Aside from the packaging thing, this product is divine. I use it to set my under eye area or my entire face, particularly when I am cream contouring. I love it so much, and it's really lightweight and it doesn't crease on me. It also doesn't look cakey because it is so lightweight, and I feel like it is totally comparable to the Laura Mercier, so you don't need to spend a bomb to get an amazing translucent powder, and I highly recommend it. Okay, the final products I want to talk about are actually from a brand. Now, I only owned at one stage 3 of their eyeshadows, and the brand is called Coloured Rain. So I'm going to show you why I think that they are such an amazing brand for so many reasons. So they are underrated. I hear very few people talking about their eyeshadows, and I have a bunch of them here in a box. So I have tons of them. I want to tell you the background story to this. Coloured Rain came out with a palette called the Queen of Hearts palette. It's a beautiful palette, has been since made permanent. At the time it came out, I was like, I need it, because all the huge YouTubers are all talking about it, and I was totally sucked in. I was like, I need that palette. So I went and placed my order. It went on sale at 5 o'clock in the evening, set my alarm for it, and I purchased the palette. I then got an email from Coloured Rain saying that my product had been dispatched. I was so excited because it sold out in 2 minutes, the palette. I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited to have this in my possession. However, I got a subsequent email from Coloured Rain about a week later, and they said that they had lost the tracking information for the palette. They contacted me. So it wasn't me being like, where's my palette? Because I don't really mind waiting for things. I understand they take a while. So they were like, we lost your palette. We're so sorry. By the way, I used my private email, not my Dramaticmac email. I used my private email to do all of the purchasing and everything like that. Then they said to me, look, we're so sorry we lost this. We're going to reimburse you for the lost item. And I was like, oh, I'm so bummed out. And they were like, we're so sorry. So we're going to reimburse you for the shipping and for the palette, which is so rare because usually they'll only reimburse you for the palette or the product that you're buying, never the shipping. And as an apology, we're going to send you out our full eyeshadow collection. So that is what I have here on front of me. Like I said, I only owned 3 shadows in the past. Now I own them all. So I want to thank Coloured Rain so much for being one of the best underrated brands, and for knowing their customers' needs and wants, and just sending something like this. Like, I would be well used to receiving Pure and stuff like that in the mail, but this was just beyond any of my expectations because I'm a nobody to them. I was just a customer, just a general person. They don't know that I make YouTube videos or anything like that, and I am just so impressed with their customer service. That was unbelievable. I felt so guilty though, because I was like, I have so much already. I don't need all these products. But they were insistent of it. They were like, no, it's okay. We want to send you all this. So that's what's kind of so crazy about this, that they are just such a lovely, lovely company. And look at those shadows, like they're so amazing. Let me just swatch one. There's one I saw here at the top and I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's called Downtown. So look at that shade. Isn't that beautiful? And wait till you see the pigmentation. Oh my god. So let me just swatch it here. Look at that for pigmentation. Not only are the quality of their shadows unbelievable, but their customer service is just amazing. Just look at that. I really need to break these out and do tutorials with them because the colors are just sensational. The brand needs more recognition. I think we all need to rave about Coloured Rain. We've seen so many shady brands lately, so many brands who are terrible customer services, brands who are not looking after their customers, and we need to hype a little bit more about these type of brands, like Coloured Rain in particular. Like they're amazing, and their eyeshadows are so inexpensive as well, guys, so definitely go and check out their website. Their shipping to Ireland was very affordable also, and they are a cruelty-free brand, so I mean, they just tick all the boxes as brands go. I'm raving about them right now because I just think that they're an incredible brand, and more of us need to get on the Coloured Rain bandwagon and start hyping them up. And I know they're going to be a huge brand coming into the later part of the year because they're just doing everything right. They really are. Okay guys, thank you so much for checking in with me today and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that I mentioned a couple of brands or products that you had never known about before and are now interested in them, because that is the point. These are products that are not getting enough hype, and I want them to be a little bit more popular than they already are. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave your requests for Drugstore Week down below, because it's going to be kickstarting very soon, and I am so excited to get started. I'm just going to be so tired. 7 days of uploading and editing. It'll be fun though. That's the whole point of it. Thank you so much guys for watching. I love you all so much. Big virtual hug. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Mwah. Bye!